The Other Simenon, The Little Man from Archangel. Adapted by Ronald Frame from the novel by Georges Simenon.
Suddenly, I stopped being Monsieur Jonas. Jonas Milk, the short-sighted little man in thick glasses. The bookseller in the square everyone greeted cheerfully.
Gina! Gina!
It started the morning I came downstairs.
Gina! Gina!
I went to bed the night before knowing my wife was late home. It wasn't the first time she hadn't come home. Once she stayed away for 3 days, returning without an explanation. This time, in the bistro for my wake-up coffee, I know I can't tell them the truth.
Is Gina all right?
She's all right.
I was wondering if she was ill. I haven't seen her this morning.
It's funny, I haven't seen her either.
I make the mistake of telling them a lie. She's gone to Bourges.
On the bus?
Yes. From time to time, she has happened to go to Bourges to see Laloute, the grain merchant's daughter. Laloute has been away for 2 years, which is as long as Gina and I have been married.
Does anybody really know what Laloute does in Bourges?
Whoring, probably.
She's gone to Bourges.
On the bus?
Yes, the 7:10. The evening before, she left the house, wearing her red cotton dress with just her patent handbag.
That's me off to Reverdy's. I'm babysitting again.
When will you be back?
When you see me, I suppose.
With the house to myself, I sorted through the boxes of books which are my stock in trade. I rewarded myself spending some time with my stamps. I have a valuable collection, not that anyone might guess, except the experts. Gina had only discovered this by chance, looking through a catalogue I'd left out.
What is a seep-ole?
Sepia and olive colour.
And, a pea?
2 pesetas.
It's very complicated. The figures here in the columns. 4,000.
The value of the stamp.
You mean that stamp's worth 4,000 francs?
Certainly.
Here it says 700,000. Are there really stamps worth 700,000 francs?
Yes.
Have you got one?
Well, I haven't got that one, no.
Have you got other ones as valuable?
Well, nearly as valuable.
Is that what you bought that steel safe for?
I wondered about going out to meet her and walking her back home. I wanted to, but she might think I was trying to keep watch over her. Instead, I did some tidying up. The house has got dirtier since we married. I don't like to do it in front of her in case she thinks I am criticizing her. I won't hold anything against her, even when she is wayward. Shame is a terrible thing. I did go out when she wasn't back by midnight. I went round to the Reverdy's, but there was no light on. No point in ringing, creating a disturbance, not if Gina had stayed there with them. I walked back home.
Gina! Are you there, Gina?
No. No one.
Gina!
The same question, 10 hours later.
Monsieur Palestri.
Where's my daughter then?
She's gone to Bourges.
To see Laloute?
That's what she said.
And no goodbye for a mother? Pity to waste this wine. When'd she go?
Just this morning.
On the 7:10 bus?
That's right. There. I've said it. Every time she's gone to see Laloute, it's been later, the 11 o'clock bus. But I've been stupid. I've said it. She went on the 7:10.
I'll tell her mother she's gone. The little bitch. When's she coming back?
I don't know.
Gina first came into this house as maid. It wasn't hard work, and she didn't do it very well, but her mother, bit by bit, insinuated Gina into my life.
It's absurd for her to cook for one person alone. It costs no more to do it for two. She might just as well have lunch with you and do the washing up before leaving.
Often, in the middle of the morning, she would disappear on the pretext of doing some shopping up the road and come back with no apology 2 hours later.
That Gina, who got arrested for the hold-up. Never the same after we got home from Indochina. He was your maid's boyfriend.
Was he?
Behind bars now, and he'll be in for a while yet.
Soon, her presence in the house felt essential to me. Did she know that? Her mother, Archangel, certainly did.
I've come to tell you I've had an offer for my daughter. Some people from Paris who've just settled in the town. He's an engineer. Gina would get board and lodging. I promised them a reply the day after tomorrow.
Panic. I was a bachelor. I couldn't have a living-in maid. Besides, there was only one bedroom in the house. Archangel knew this. She knew that Gina wouldn't have enough to do all day. But here was Archangel offering me first refusal.
Gina?
Yes?
There's something I want to ask you.
What?
Please, sit down. You promised to answer me frankly.
Aren't I always frank?
Do you like the house? I mean, would you like to live here all the time?
Why do you ask me that?
Because I should be happy if you would accept
Accept what?
becoming my wife.
Don't be silly.
I'm serious.
You'd marry me?
That's what I'm suggesting.
Me?
You.
You realise what sort of girl I am?
I think I know you as well as anybody else.
In that case, you're a brave man.
What's your answer?
My answer's that you're very kind, but that it's impossible.
Why?
Because...
You don't want me.
Well, I didn't say that, Monsieur Jonas. You are certainly very decent. In fact, you're the only man who never tried to take advantage of the situation. Even Martin.
The butcher?
And father of one of my friends. He took me into the shed in his backyard when I was only 15. I could name nearly all of them, one by one. You'd be amazed. To start with, I wondered when you were going to pluck up the courage.
Do you think you couldn't be happy here?
It would be peaceful, at any rate.
Well, that's something, isn't it?
Yes, of course, but... Only supposing we didn't get on together. I'm not the kind of girl to make a man like you happy.
It's not me that counts.
Who does, then?
You.
Me? And happiness?
Let's say peace, just as you called it yourself.
My mother's always wanted to get me out the way. My father would be angry. He was about me coming here.
Your brother?
I'm the only person can stop him making a fool of himself. He's strange, yes, but a month ago he wanted to join up for Indochina.
Now, I know there's 16 years between us, you and me, but that needn't matter.
No. You'll always be a kind of child to me.
Have you got an answer, Gina?
Do you really mean what you said?
Yes.
You won't hold it against me later?
I promise.
In that case, whatever you wish.
You are consenting to marry me?
Yes.
Oh.
Where's that son-in-law of mine? Where is he?
Madame.
Is it true what my old man tells me?
Madame Palestri.
What's she gone to Bourges for?
I don't know.
Did she take the bus this morning?
Yes.
Without coming to see me? Was there a quarrel between you two?
What?
Don't peer at me through your glasses like that.
No quarrel.
Answer me like a proper man, for God's sake.
I want to tell you the truth.
What's gone wrong between you two?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Couldn't you even prevent your wife from running away? Well, she must have promised you to come back. So, when?
She didn't say.
Oh, I've heard it all now. Little rat.
I do what I've done on the few occasions Gina has gone to spend a day in Bourges with La Lutte. I head off for lunch at Pepito's. Here I used to come faithfully when I was a bachelor, year in, year out.
Why, Monsieur Jonas, what a pleasant surprise to see you. Gina's not ill, I trust.
She's gone to Bourges.
Well, we all have to change our routine now and again. There, your old table's free. Julia, lay a place for Monsieur Jonas.
For years, Pepito's was a second home to me. But now, I'm out of place. What if I have to start coming back here again, every day, just like old times?
How is Gina?
She's all right.
The other day my wife met her in the market and I don't know why, but she got the impression that she was expecting a baby. Is that true?
No, that isn't so. Won't be by me, anyway. Simply, she's eating more now. From curvaceous to plump to fat. And I dare to think she might actually be acclimatizing herself to our life, that she might end by feeling happy. Compliments aren't my way. And if I ever tried...
Oh, forget it, Jonas. I'll be an old woman soon enough, for God's sake.
I grew up here in the old market, even though I was born so far away in Archangel. Constantin Milk, my father, was a fishmonger. He who had once owned an important fleet of fishing boats and then whalers. Before the revolution, that is. And somehow we ended up here, in a market town in the Berry. He still sailed close to the wind with his customers. He would tease my mother, speaking to her in Russian in front of them.
Come on, Ignatievna O'Donovan. Dip your pretty hands into that tub and serve that fat lady with half a dozen whiting.
We were Russians, and contrary to our appearance, we were Jews. But the town accepted us. My parents left. I came back from the lycée where they'd sent me. I came back to the town. I settled down. I fitted in. Because I wanted to fit in, to pass as one of them. I've been comfortable here. Until now. Gina has been gone for a couple of days. Now it's her brother's turn to confront me.
Did she say she wouldn't be coming back to sleep?
I don't remember.
So you can't remember if you were to expect her or not?
She didn't know herself.
Did she take her travelling case?
I don't think so.
I've been upstairs.
Have you?
And looked. It's in the cupboard. So is her coat.
Possibly.
She didn't take the bus to Bourges.
No.
I had a friend on that bus, and he didn't see her.
Perhaps she took the train.
To go and see La Lutte.
I imagine so.
Gina didn't go to see La Lutte either. I rang her up this morning before coming here.
Did you?
Where is my sister?
I don't know.
Nobody saw her go.
People are so used to seeing her passing that no one takes any notice now, even in a red dress.
Right, Four Eyes. We'll see about you.
The last time she went away, there were winks and nudges. Not this time. It's a tragedy now. What have I done to them? They think I've killed Gina. They think I've disposed of her. Me! She must have been held up, Gina.
No doubt.
How much for the coffee?
The usual, of course. 30 francs.
I'm beginning to be anxious. Now, no one is mentioning her. Gina.
Just 3 croissants today, is it?
Yes, thanks. Even Pepito.
There is creamed cod today.
He's not cold, but he's more reserved.
Will you be dining here this evening?
I don't think so. They're outside the shop, after dark. They're spying on me. They know things I don't. The ripples are spreading, growing into waves, invading the market and finally reaching as far as the police station in the centre of our town.
Monsieur Milk, Superintendent DeVoe would like to see you now. This way, please. Sit down. Your name is Jonas Milk, born at Archangel on the 21st of September 1916, naturalised a Frenchman on the 17th of May 1938.
Yes, Superintendent.
2 years ago you married Eugenie Louise Josephine Palestri.
Yes.
Where is your wife, Monsieur Milk?
I don't know, Superintendent.
I see here that you have provided at least 2 different accounts of her departure.
Let me explain.
One moment. On the one hand, to several of your neighbours you declared quite spontaneously, and in the presence of witnesses, on Thursday morning, then on Thursday afternoon, and on Friday, that your wife had left town by the 7:10 bus.
That is correct.
She did take the bus?
No, it is correct that I said so.
On the other hand, when you were questioned by one of my colleagues in your shop...
Inspector Basker.
You changed your wife's departure to Wednesday evening.
I...
Monsieur Milk, I am bound to warn you first that we have been requested to start a search for her as a missing person.
They came and asked you, didn't they? Which of the Palestris was it? That sot Louis, Angel, or the hothead Fredo?
These affairs are always delicate, especially when it concerns a woman, and even more so a married woman. I summoned you here to ask you a certain number of questions, and I shall be obliged to go into somewhat intimate details. It is understood that I'm not accusing you of anything, and you have the right not to reply.
I only ask...
Please let me do the talking. I shall first of all outline the situation as briefly as possible. You are 40 years old, and your wife, better known under the name of Gina, is 24. If I understand rightly, she did not pass for a model of virtue before she met you, and as a neighbour you were aware of her conduct. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Nevertheless, you married her in the full knowledge of the facts?
Yes.
So that the marriage should take place in church, that was the condition of the Palestris' consent, you privately converted to Catholicism and you were baptised.
So they've been busy. They've been asking everyone. The priest too. Well.
By the way, Monsieur Milk, I should like to ask you a question which has nothing to do with this matter. You are a Jew, I believe?
Yes.
You were here during the occupation?
Yes.
So you remember that at one time the German authorities made it compulsory for your co-religionists to wear a yellow star on their clothes?
Yes.
How is it that you never wore this star? And you did not get into trouble?
What can I say to him? Was I to renounce my own people? I never felt I was a Jew. I never believed I was any different from the people at the old market. I had fair hair and blue eyes. I was one of them. No, I didn't wear a yellow star. Yes, it was a risk being found out. But I wanted to be like the others. Who's told them? The superintendent hasn't found this out on his own. It's come from somebody at the market. Someone who used to give me a friendly greeting every morning.
Did your wife know that you were a Jew?
I never talked about it to her.
Do you think that it would have affected her decision?
I don't think so.
What about the Arab? The one she spent a whole night with?
And her parents?
It never occurred to me to wonder.
Let's leave that on one side. Do you speak German?
No.
Russian, of course.
I used to speak it once, with my parents, but I have forgotten it. I don't think I could understand it now.
What has this got to do with Gina? Now we're getting to it. What it is they've got against me.
Have you ever indulged in political activities?
Never.
You don't belong to any group or party?
No.
No. Where are we? You carry on a considerable correspondence with foreign countries, Monsieur Milk.
I see. So you've questioned the postman as well, have you? Who else?
Isn't that so?
I am a philatelist.
Does that call for an extensive foreign correspondence?
Given my method of work, yes. It entails a lot of research, sifting through my raw material. I'm looking for stamps with peculiarities my colleagues haven't spotted.
I will leave that on one side, I think. How are your relations with your neighbours?
Good. Very good. I mean, up to the last few days.
What has happened in the last few days?
They have been avoiding me.
You received, I believe, a visit from your brother-in-law, Alfred Palestri, known as Fredo.
Yes.
What do you think of him? Are you on bad terms?
I don't think he likes me.
For what reason?
Perhaps he wasn't pleased that I married his sister.
And your father-in-law?
I don't know.
It would appear, from this testimony, that both of them were opposed to your marriage. Gina, at the time, was in your service, if I'm not mistaken.
She was working in my house as a domestic.
Did she sleep in the house?
No.
Did you have intimate relations with her?
Not before we were married.
The idea of starting a family never came to you before?
No.
Now, according to what you said, you were not jealous of your wife.
I didn't say that. I said I didn't let her see it.
Now, I understand. So you were jealous?
Yes.
What would you have done if you had caught her in the arms of another man?
Nothing.
You wouldn't have been furious?
I should have suffered.
But you wouldn't have used violence?
Violence?
Either against her or against her partner?
Certainly not.
You never uttered any threat against her?
But never in my life. It wouldn't have occurred to me to do so.
Not even in the course of a quarrel at home, for example, or perhaps after a few drinks?
We never had any quarrels. And you must have been told that I only drink coffee.
In that case, how can you explain that your wife is frightened of you?
What did you say?
I said that she is frightened of you.
Gina?
Your wife, yes.
But, Superintendent, she was never frightened of me. Frightened of what? When she came back, on the contrary, I was extra patient with her.
Sit down.
Afraid of me? Afraid of me?
It says here, on several occasions your wife declared that you would end up by killing her.
When? Who to? It's not possible.
I'm not at liberty at present to disclose the name of the person to whom she made these confidences, but I can assure you that she made them, and not just to one person.
Listen, Superintendent, if she was afraid of me... Why? Afraid of me? Afraid of me?
Keep calm. The fact is that for some mysterious reason, ever since the morning when people noticed your wife wasn't here, you've been lying. This has inevitably given rise to certain rumours. All I'm asking is to clear the matter up with your help.
You haven't a glass of water?
It is very hot in here. I'll open the door.
No.
Water you'd like. Monsieur Milk.
For the first time in my life, I faint. I'm out for only a few seconds. I open my eyes. A glass is clinking against my teeth. Cold water is trickling down my throat.
Thank you.
Do you feel better? Have another drink.
I'm sorry.
I'll open the window.
I'm sorry.
Relax. Keep quiet. You're feeling calmer?
Yes, I am.
I may have seemed a bit brutal. I'm sorry about that.
It's all right.
Now, I will not conceal from you that there is another somewhat disturbing piece of evidence. On Wednesday, shortly before midnight, a woman was leaning out of her window in the Rue du Canal, a quarter of a mile from where you live. She saw a rather small man, about your size. He was carrying a large sack over his shoulder and he was heading towards the lock and keeping close to the wall.
Did she recognise me?
I didn't say that. But clearly it is a coincidence.
Do you think, Superintendent, that I would have had the strength to carry my wife from the Place Vieux Marché to the canal?
I thought of just such an objection, Monsieur Milk. But you are not unaware, if you read the papers, that this problem has often, alas, been overcome.
I'm sorry?
You can't have failed to read or hear stories of dismembered bodies being found in rivers or on wasteland. Once again, I'm not accusing you.
No?
No, you're not accusing me of cutting Gina into tiny pieces and carrying them into the canal.
Why, after her disappearance, were you in such a hurry to take her washing and yours to the laundry?
They know about everything I've done. I might as well have been living in a glass cage.
If you could explain that to me.
Because it was laundry day.
Was it you who normally counted the washing and made up the parcel?
No. Yes.
Which?
My wife usually does it. The women see to the laundry. But... Gina forgets what day of the week it is. Sometimes I have to remind her. Don't forget the laundry. She isn't very orderly in the house, the washing up and so on.
Your wife has just disappeared, Monsieur Milk. You told me a short while ago that you were in love with her. Yet you took the trouble to devote yourself to a job which men do not normally do.
It was laundry day.
You have no idea what liaisons your wife may have formed of late?
No, none.
Has she been away more often than usual?
No.
She hasn't been receiving any letters?
She never has had any letters at the house.
Do you think she received them somewhere else, at the Poste Restante, for example?
I don't know.
What you must admit is curious, seeing that you are an intelligent man, is that she should have gone off without taking any clothes, not even a coat. And according to your own statement, almost without any money. She didn't take a bus or the train, we've confirmed that.
My wife... She had anticipated her departure.
How do you know?
In the wardrobe with the looking glass in our bedroom, there's a box which used to contain my rarest stamps.
Did your wife know about it?
Yes.
Are these stamps of any great value?
Several million francs.
What?
Yes.
You mean you had in your possession several million francs worth of postage stamps?
Yes. I began collecting them at school when I was about 13, and I've never given it up.
Who, apart from your wife, who has seen these stamps you own?
Nobody.
So that you can't actually prove that they were in the wardrobe?
Well, I can prove, as far as most of them are concerned, that I acquired them at this time or that time, either by purchase or by exchange.
Let me close this window again. Do you mind?
As you wish.
The first question that will arise is whether last Wednesday these stamps were still in your possession. There was nothing to stop you from reselling them a long time ago. Is it possible for you to prove this was not so?
No.
And can you prove that you have still not got them?
They are no longer in the box.
Ah, we're still in the realms of theory, aren't we? What was there to prevent you from having put them somewhere else?
Why should I?
That's obvious, isn't it? In order to incriminate Gina, to make it seem, Monsieur Milk, that she has gone off taking your fortune with her. That's why. Didn't she have a boyfriend who's nearly done his time in prison?
Do you see how difficult and delicate my task is? The inhabitants of your neighbourhood, for some reason unknown to me, seem to have a grudge against you.
Well, up to these last few days, they have been very nice to me.
I baffle you, Superintendent DeVoe. You don't know what to make of me. You think I'm not like other men hereabouts. In Archangel, my birthplace, then, who knows? Even at school, I tried to make myself inconspicuous so that I'd be forgotten. And then I came top in the class. Hadn't they wanted me to feel at home in the market? They thought I should join a shopkeepers' defence committee. It was even suggested I be the treasurer. I refused, feeling it wasn't my place. Now they've turned against me because I haven't shown enough humility, because they think I know too much about them.
Are they easy to sell, the stamps?
No.
They're not.
Well, she doesn't know that. As I told you, dealers do business with one another. When a rare specimen is brought to them, they usually make inquiries about its origin.
Have you alerted your colleagues?
No.
For what reason?
I just haven't.
So, your wife went off without a coat, without luggage, but with a fortune she will not be able to cash, is that right?
Yes.
She left the old market on Wednesday evening, over a week ago now, and no one saw her go, no one saw her in the town. She didn't take the bus nor the train. In short, she melted into thin air without leaving the slightest trace.
Yes.
Where, in your opinion, would she have the best chance of selling the stamps?
Well, in Paris, obviously. Or in a big city like Lyon, Bordeaux, Marseille. Abroad, too.
Can you provide me with a list of the stamp dealers in France?
The main ones, yes.
I'll send them a circular letter warning them. Now, Monsieur Milk, it remains to me to ask your permission to instruct 2 of my men to accompany you and pay a visit to your house. I could obtain a search warrant, but at this stage I prefer to keep things on a less official footing.
No, Superintendent.
I should prefer it that way, yes.
To prevent me from covering up the traces, is that it? It's laughable, if it wasn't so tragic.
There's something else?
She really said I would kill her one day.
That is what emerges from the evidence.
To several people.
I can assure you that's the case.
She didn't say why.
She is heard to have said about you, he's vicious.
What?
On at least 2 occasions. He's vicious.
He's vicious. That man will kill me one of these days. She said that. Why? Because I didn't react as she expected me to when she ran after other men. Because I was too soft, too patient, and she thought I must be acting? So what if I had beaten her? Would she have respected me better? Instead, I offered her peace and quiet as my wife. And yet, she knew that I had bought her. Bought her not for money, but for peace and quiet. Weren't we all ashamed of the bargain we'd struck and had blessed by a priest?
I hope that you will be happy with her and bring her happiness.
Instead, Gina was afraid of me, is afraid of me. Of me, a foreigner, a Jew, a solitary, a little man with thick glasses from the other end of the world who came like a parasite to embed himself in the flesh of the old market. They're outside again. The people, a crowd of people watching our home. No, that's wrong. I'm no longer at home in this house. No longer at home in my own skin. I am beyond everything. I have passed to the other side. And at the same time, I want to spare those people out there embarrassment. With the police now gone, I'm eating. Eating just anything, standing at the back door looking into the yard. The clothes rope. Of course. It's made of twisted steel wire. I undo the end knots. Then I fetch pliers. I'm feeling not sad or bitter, but serene. I stand on an iron chair, attach the cord to the lime tree. I make a slip knot, one that will hold. I feel hot, nauseous, and ridiculous. Standing on the iron chair, I'm trembling. Now I'm panicking. I'm imagining the physical pain, the slow choking, my body struggling against suffocation. What is preventing me from living after all? The sun will continue to shine, the rain to fall, the square to fill for market days. A blackbird appears, the one with its nest in the lime tree. It comes and perches on the box where the chives are growing, and as it hops about, my eyes fill with tears. There is no need for me to die. No one is forcing me. With patience, humility, I can still come to terms with myself. I jump down from the chair, run towards the house and inside, to flee from the temptation. I light the gas ring, pour some water into the kettle to make coffee. Perhaps Gina will come back one day and she'll need me. Even the people from the market will understand in the end. They'll stop believing that I allowed them to be taken in by me. I shall come to terms with myself and avoid thinking about certain subjects.
Who is it?
Hello?
I'm coming.
I was afraid there was nobody at home.
I was working.
Is it true they mean to arrest you?
I don't know.
That's what I heard this morning, and I wondered if I'd be too late.
Won't you sit down?
Oh, no, I must get back to the hotel. I slipped out the back door. They've got a bit strict recently.
Ah.
I work as a chambermaid at the commercial hotel. Do you know it? Well, before my husband went to the factory, I used to live in this area. I knew Gina well when she must have been about 15.
Yes?
Well, that's why I recognised her at once when she came to the hotel.
When has she been to the hotel?
Several times. Each time the traveller from Paris comes here. That's nearly every 2 weeks. It's been going on for months now. He's called Thierry, Jacques Thierry. I looked up his name in the register. And he's in chemical products. Seems he's an engineer. Though he's still young. Bet he's not 30 yet. And he's married. Has 2 lovely children. I know because to start with he always put a photo of his family on the bedside table. His wife's a blonde.
Go on.
I don't know where he met Gina, but one afternoon I saw him in the corridor with her and she went into his bedroom.
Oh.
And since then, every time he's come, she steps in to see him at the hotel for an hour or two, as arranged, and well, I'm the last one to be in the dark about what goes on, since it's me that has to remake the bed.
Did she go to the hotel on Wednesday last week?
Yes, round 2:30. When they told me the story this morning, I wasn't sure of the day, so I went and looked at the register. He arrived early on Tuesday and left again on Wednesday evening.
Were they together a long time on Wednesday?
Same as usual.
What dress was she wearing?
A red dress. You couldn't help noticing.
The red dress.
I'd rather not get mixed up in the business, what with the new management we've got. But if they really mean to put you in prison and there isn't any other way, then I'll repeat what I've told you. I thought you'd be relieved, not so down.
You haven't got the address of this man in Paris?
I copied it down on a piece of paper. And I brought it with me. Here. It's number 27, Rue Championnet.
I am most grateful to you.
My name is Bertha Lenoir, in case you need me.
Now I can give them the proof. I didn't dispose of Gina. I didn't throw her body into the canal. Funny. The man wasn't her usual type at all. A deal classier. There's no time to waste. I'm off to the police station. Well, the people in the market will soon find out what really happened, and instead of holding out against me, they'll be sorry for me. Ashamed at first, of course, but it'll only need a few days for everything to be how it used to be in the past. Good morning, Monsieur Jonas. Gina will come back, as she's always done before, only more wearied this time, I'm guessing, and she will need me. I shall say, I want to speak to Superintendent DeVoe, please. What name? Jonas Milk. I see the police station. When I fainted in there earlier, my body no longer weighed. I was becoming disembodied. At the moment of losing consciousness, I was thinking of Russia. The sisters I never knew. Only 20 yards to go. I've lived as much during these past few days as during the rest of my existence. 10 paces left till the door under the lantern, on which I suddenly turn my back. I'm heading back across the square. Pepito sees, and Fernand at the cafe. Is he ill, they're asking themselves? I hear someone say, haven't they arrested the bookseller? Too late. It's too late. It was always going to be much too late. The noose is in place. The chair is beneath the wire. I stand on it. Then I slip my head inside the loop of wire. I catch sight of it, the blackbird, coming from inside the house, crossing the doorstep, preparing to fly to the tree right above me, back to its nest. Now all I have to remember to do is kick the chair away from under me. The pull of gravity will do the rest.
In The Other Simenon, The Little Man from Archangel, adapted by Ronald Frame from the novel by Georges Simenon. Jonas was played by Stephen McNichol, Superintendent DeVoe by Crawford Logan, Gina, Francesca Diamond, Fredo, Kenny Blythe, Angel, Eliza Langland, and Pepito by Gavin Keane. Other parts were played by the cast. The director was Bruce Young.